Hi, my name's Daniel, and I'm a sports and age student at Broadstairs College, and today I'm going to be telling you 10 best steps to make your kick perfectly in football. So let's get started. Learning to kick perfectly in football with power and accuracy is a much more difficult skill than most people realise, especially when the football you're kicking flies at you during the middle of a game or bounces unsteadily across the ground. If you've never been trained before, even approaching the ball for the first time can be a challenge. Learning to kick a football is one of the most fundamental and fun parts of playing this beautiful game. Hitting a ball with power and precision, of calmly passing the perfect ball to a teammate running past their defender, is a thing of beauty for the kicker and those watching from the sideline. So today you're going to learn 10 best steps to make your kick perfect. Step number 1. Set up yourself for success. Make sure you are prepared to receive the ball. It's a big part of preparing to kick it by being alert to his surroundings and other players. A player can decide early on what he plans to do with the football once he receives it. Being able to read the situation quickly will tell a player how long they will have the ball. If any teammates are open or they are in a position to take a shot on the goal, this preparation will go a long way in ensuring a successful kick. Step number 2. Give it a touch. Your first touch is very important and goes a long way in determining the accuracy and power of your kick. When you receive the ball, control it with your first touch and get ready for a great pass or shot. This means that the ball should end up within a few feet of you so that you can reach it in one step before hitting it. If the ball is too close, you lose power and accuracy. If the ball is too far away, he is forced to stretch to even make contact. How you set up is one of your most crucial aspects of kicking the ball as well. So in other words, it's best to practice your touch, so when you go to play a game or you go to training, your touch will be great. What I'm trying to say is, if you practice your touch, you'll have a brilliant touch. When it comes to playing a game, you'll have one of the best touches and you'll be able to control the ball more. Step number 3. Keep your eyes on the ball. This is the important one. After you have followed steps 1 and 2 correctly, you should know your target, have an idea of where everyone is on the field, and the ball should be positioned in front of you. Next, keep your eyes on the ball. Knowing what you need to do to get the ball to your intended teammate at the back of the net, look down at the ball, scanning the pitch. This will greatly help increase your accuracy and ensure you hit the ball in the right place and hopefully at the right target. Step number 4. Plant your foot next to the ball. The next step is to firmly plant your foot next to the ball. This is the foot you use to stand on for balance, not the kicking foot. If done correctly, this foot placement, along with keeping your eyes on the ball, will help your accuracy and power. Your foot should be planted on the side of the ball, but not too close to it, otherwise you won't be able to pass accurately. So your foot should be planted on the side of the ball, but make sure your foot is not too close to the ball, because if you go to pass the ball, you're not gonna pass the ball accurately to players. Like I've done in the past, where I've put my foot too close to the ball and I've gone to pass and it's gone over the other side of the pitch. So it's best just to practice your passing, but make sure that when you're practicing your passing, your foot is not too close to the ball. I'm not saying your foot's not supposed to be near the ball, but just make sure your foot is not really close to the ball, just a little bit. And then your passing accuracy will be a 10 out of 10 if you do this exercise. Moving on to step number 5. Kicking leg back. How far your kicking leg goes back will depend on how much power you need to kick the football. So when I'm in training, I practice my power. So if you lift your leg all the way back and then bring it forward, that will bring a lot of power on the ball. If you lift your leg back a little bit, then it's not going to be powerful. So it all depends on how far your kicking leg goes to how much power you want. Need to kick the ball. When winding up to shoot, for example, you want to bring your leg back while bending your knee until you create a V shape that helps you generate a lot of power. However, for a simple short pass, you will only need to bring your leg back a little bit to generate enough power to kick your target. Over time, all players will learn how much power they need in each kick. So if you want to go into the sport football and you go into training, the coaches, like I'm training to be a coach obviously, but all the coaches will train you to create the V shape, and they'll teach you how to generate enough power. So when you're on the field and you kick the ball, you'll remember your training and you'll create the V shape, and when you whack that ball, it's going to be powerful and on target. Okay. Step number 6. Let your body relax. As you prepare to pass or shoot, planting your foot and running up to hit the ball, you should find that your body naturally molds itself into a comfortable shape. So when you're playing football, you need to just let your body relax, because if you rush your body or you're not relaxed, your body won't mold into a comfortable shape. So you'll be playing in an uncomfortable position, and that will bring a lot of negatives onto it. But if you mold into a comfortable shape, when you move your kicking leg towards the ball, your arms will naturally fly out to help you keep balance. So when you see the football players, they go to take a kick, their arms go out. But when they go to kick a ball, their arms are out, is to keep their balance. Because if you go to kick the ball and you lose your balance, it's either going to go off target, and it's not going to be on target or accuracy. So when you kick the ball and your arms are just out, that keeps your balance, so your shot will be on target and your accuracy will be alright. So remember, when you're training, when you go to kick the ball, just keep, like, your body will naturally let your arms come out to keep your balance so you don't wobble. Where do we get up to? That's it. This will also help you generate more power in your kick, because your body will be working as a unit rather than swinging your arms, contracting your kicking technique. The arm on the side of your planted foot will naturally rise up, while the other will drop back in sync with your kicking foot and curl up to strike. By relaxing your body and allowing it to move naturally, you help control your kick by not forcing your body to do something that doesn't feel right. So never force your body to do something it doesn't want to do, because it will backfire and something bad will happen when you're trying to force it to do something it doesn't want to do. Step number 7. Position your body correctly. In most cases, the ball will go in the direction your body is pointing. This means you have to lean your body in the direction of the target, and understand that it's very difficult to get the ball to your desired destination if you are facing in the wrong direction. So basically, if you want to score like a top bins, you would lean back a little bit and shoot up. So what happens is if you lean too far forward, then the ball will go down. If you lean too far back, the ball will go up. So it's best just to keep that correct position, because if you want to score top bins and you go too far back, it's going to go over the crossbar. If you lean too far forward, it's going to go off target or elsewhere. So it's just, and make sure you're facing in the right directions. If you're facing in the wrong direction and you're leaning the wrong way, it's going to go wrong. So just practice leaning forward a little bit and just leaning in the direction that you want the ball to go, because whatever direction you lean in, the ball will go. This is because it is difficult to control the flight and accuracy of the ball if different parts of your body are fighting each other, just as you will lose the power and accuracy if you are too close to the ball. You will also lose power and accuracy if your body is not positioned correctly. So if your body is not positioned correctly, you're going to lose power and accuracy. So it's best to keep the correct position so you have good accuracy and you don't lose the power, so you'll have good power. Step number 8, kick the ball. Having followed the steps above, you should now be in great position to kick the ball with your precision and power. But what part of your foot should you use to kick, and where should your kick land on the ball? Both of these things depend on what you hope to achieve. Sorry, bear with. Damn. Anyway, for a powerful shot on goal with your leg back in the V shape and your body angled towards the target, hit the ball with the laces of your boot. So this is what I practice when I'm in training. Most of my shots that I take are on the laces of your boot. So if you hit the laces of your boots, that's the big bone in your foot, just past the big toe. It acts almost like a stick and will propel the ball hard towards the goal. For maximum power, you want to hit the ball at the centre, not too close to the ground. So when I take my shot, I use the laces of the boot, and I make sure that my foot is not I make sure that I'm not too close to the ground, because if you hit too close to the ground, one, it's going to hurt and it's not going to go the way you want it. So when I take the shot, I use my laces and I make sure that when I hit the ball, I hit the centre of the ball, because when you hit the centre of the ball, that is maximum power. The goalkeeper is not saving it for nothing. That is a good power. So when you're practicing, just practice moving your laces towards the ball, and then eventually you'll get into the rhythm of where your laces will just hit the centre of the ball and you'll have maximum power. But if you hit it too close to the ground, it's going to hurt and it's not going to have the maximum power you want. If you want to spin the ball or curve it towards the back of a net, simply hit the ball to either side of its centre, depending on which direction you want to go. However, a regular pass will require a different technique, as it is not often necessary to hit the ball with full power. So all my friends and coaches say this, that I've got a really good curve, because what happens is when you kick the ball, I hit it on the other side of the ball. So if I'm hitting it on the right hand side, I'll hit it on the left hand side and it will make that curl. If I want to make it curl all the way, then I'll move my foot like this and I'll kick the ball like that. If you want to kick it that way, you've just got to put your foot on the ball that way. You just still got to hit it at the centre, but you hit it on the other side. If you want to hit it on the left side, then you hit it on the right side of the ball, which will make the curl. But you don't want to hit it with power, because if you hit the ball with power while you're trying to curl it or spin it, it's either going to spin too far and it's going to go over all the way, and that's not what you want. In this case, players must use the inside of their foot, which is generally more accurate but less powerful. There are several different ways players can kick the ball depending on their intentions, but hitting the ball is not the final step to a successful kick. Step number 9. Your body's momentum should naturally flow the ball after you've made contact and kicked the ball. For example, if you're attempting a power shot, the kicking leg will fly into the air after hitting the ball to help improve the accuracy of your shots. You want to let that happen as naturally as possible, because stopping abruptly can interrupt your kick. So when you're taking your shots, you never want, when you go up to take your shot, you never want to stop, because if you run up to the ball and you stop, it's going to interrupt your kick. So when you go to take the shot again, it's going to fail because you've interrupted that rhythm and the flow. So when you go to kick the ball, just go for it, whether it's not on target or you haven't got enough power, just as long as you try. But never ever, when you're taking a shot, stop, because it will interrupt your kick and it will interrupt that rhythm and the sync, because this is what I'm going to go on to in a minute. You'll also find that the rest of your body will move naturally with your shot. So when you go take your shot, your whole body will move in sync. For example, the arm on the shooting side of your body will come in forward with a sync with your kicking foot. So when you go to kick the ball, your arm moves. It's tracking also helps decide where the ball ends up. So if you're already in that zone and you stop because you want to, if you stop and you're in the zone and you want to take another shot, you're just going to have to wait until you take that shot. Because if you interrupt that kick, it's going to mess up all the rhythm and the zone that you're in, and it will not be on target. If you let your foot go higher, the ball should also go higher. And yes, this is what I was saying. So when you go to kick the ball, if you lift your foot up, then the ball will go up as well. So that's what I'm saying. You need to control how your foot goes. If you hit it too high up, then the ball will go high up. You need to hit it right, just a little bit up. Just lift your foot up a little bit. However, to prevent the ball from going all the way in the air, you must limit the distance your kicking foot rises. Before you continue your game, make sure you land on your kicking leg, and voila. Step number 10, the last step. Don't stop and keep playing regularly. A common complaint from coaches is that some players admire their beautiful, completed passes and forget to keep playing. Once you've passed the ball, don't forget to move and look for new spaces to exploit as you prepare to receive a pass again. If you've just taken a shot, don't stand still and watch the ball fly. Move to a new position or follow the ball in case the goalkeeper saves it or the ball deflects off a defender. With constant movement and alertness, you can get in position to receive a return pass from a teammate or slot in a deflected shot on the goal. So with all that said, you can go back into this video, you can stop it at any point and listen to the instructions. And that is it for this video. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, please ask in the Q&A and I will try and ask them in the next video. But if that's it, then see you later.